We want to build decentralized applications that will provide great user experience and functionality. In this new space, we have a lot of things are already being built, so there is a lot of components out there. But they're all very, very disjointed. So many teams are working in separation, so rather than building on top of each other's technology, they kind of reinvent every time the whole stack from scratch. There has been a lot of focus on just the protocols without thinking how they will be used in the end by the end users. In order to better coordinate ourselves, we need some sort of framework that will allow us to better see how they fit together.
We built not only Polkadot, the Polkadot blockchain, but we also built a good blockchain framework for creating new blockchains. And in my mind, Substrate was always really key for Polkadot being successful. Polkadot, you might think of it as like a token or a blockchain, but actually what's very important is that Polkadot as an ecosystem has a really good, at least one really good framework for building new blockchains. Because Polkadot's only going to be successful if it's got a lot of successful blockchains working within it.
I joined Parity right about the time of Web3 Summit last year. I hadn't moved to Berlin yet, but I was watching on my computer in California, and I watched Gab's presentation on a rustic vision for Polkadot.
We can construct the runtime. We just basically list all of these modules here.
It was during this talk that he described that Polkadot is his biggest bet against blockchain maximalism towards a vision of a multi-chain future. Substrate provides you with all of the core components you need to build a blockchain. Things like a database, networking, a transaction queue, consensus engine, and even a library of runtime modules.
And the runtime is the thing that actually describes what the transactions do, how the blockchain...
So the runtime, technically speaking, is the state transition function of that blockchain. It means that it defines the rules that are legal, basically, from one block transitioning to the next block. So like how the state can literally transition. But kind of more practically speaking, it's the brains of the blockchain. It's basically a bunch of applications and utilities and things that it knows how to do.
What's so exciting about this platform is that you can go ahead and design your own runtime modules. And we actually envision that this module library might become like a larger app ecosystem, where there'll be developers building all these open source runtime modules, and you as a blockchain developer can just pick and choose the different functionality and logic that you want to add to your blockchain and just put it in there and launch your chain. I'll give you an example here. There's this balances module. Balances module basically describes the functionality of a cryptocurrency on this blockchain. If you want to build a smart contract platform, you just need to add the contracts module. And so really what I'm trying to tell you is that it's never been easier than today to be able to build a blockchain. With Substrate, you can literally build a blockchain in minutes.
Substrate is powered by WebAssembly in terms of how the logic of the blockchain is encoded. And that's actually how Polkadot's logic of parachains is encoded. So it could serve as a very useful launching off point for parachains to be added to the Polkadot network. And that's huge for us because a lot of parachain developers are specialists in specific fields like machine learning. So providing something like Substrate where they could just get going and start hacking on their machine learning or data science specific expertise was massively helpful.